No, it is a pleasure to speak to you. What I absolutely love about the character of Javier, he's basically the catalyst for the entire movie. So, can you talk about those actions and whether or not he is thinking more of the overall picture as opposed to the individual?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to Javier's purpose, he is very much thinking about the overall picture of what his daughter is going to endure if he stays the track of him working for the same organization as Gabriel Byrne. And so it's really important for him to actually try and find a better life for his daughter. So, although in the immediate future, there is danger that's going to come haunting after him, he's very aware of it, but he's more so thinking about the longer game to make sure that his daughter is going to have something that he never had the opportunity to have, which was a normal childhood.
Why do you think that he joined the organization to begin with?
I think resources, and also love, you know, like one of the biggest things about, him, he had two daughters, and in my own thing was that Javier fell in love with someone that was part of Gabriel Byrne's family. And so this is why there's a separation between sisters in the film. Like one sister stayed with the mom and the other one stayed with me, and they were coming after that one. And so that was something that I feel was never touched on in the film, not yet at least, which is that there is a mother, in this one. And I mean, not in this specific film, but in the backstory of it all, there is a love story of these two sort of Romeo and Juliets from different places, So there is an essence that Javier did all of this because he was so in love with someone. And obviously, he already had the background of him being, sort of very capable at fighting.
How do you feel the fight scenes bring about Javier's personality?
Well, some of the fight scenes, that's a great question because some of the fight scenes that we were working on was very much about how do we showcase that he's not a killer, that he's not trying to kill anymore, and how because that's in his head now. Like he's the guilt that he has about murdering. So if you see in the fight scenes, a lot of it is just basically trying to disarm and to sort of pull him away. So when he shoots someone, he's shooting him in the chest where that's a vest. So he's not killing them. He's just making sure that they're in this. So that's where they keep getting up and they keep getting up and they keep getting up. And that was a clear decision between the director, Len Wiseman, myself, and the stunt coordinator and Chad Stahelski to make sure that like there is a very personal and specific way that Javier fights.
Do you feel that Javier would be kind of pleased with the path that he did take within the movie?
I mean, I think so. Before he was dead, yeah, you know, before he died, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would. But he definitely he had no other choice. He had to do what he needed to do to stand up for what he believed in. And I would much rather a character die in his own will to pursue his purpose than someone who becomes stagnant and docile and lives a long life, of regrets.
Can you talk a little bit about the locations? I know you filmed in Budapest and I know some other place. What was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, we shot in Budapest, and then we shot in Dubrovnik, Croatia. At least my character did. They shot all over the world, but I loved Budapest and I loved Croatia. I'd never been to any of those places. It allowed for complete sort of immersion into this world because some of the spaces that they were able to get was just breathtaking. In the beginning, when there's a dance sequence, that is in Dubrovnik in the water on a sunset, like a real sunset. That's no green screen, and so to be able to catch those little moments, you had to go to Croatia to get that specific shot. And so it was a pleasure to be able to witness that sort of dedication to go to those lengths to shoot those moments.
And what would you say that the role of Javier has kind of given you as an actor?
Well, I mean, it's sort of giving me like a high bar to like the people that I want to work with. Because coming up, that paired along with like people on Umbrella, and other projects too, but like I think it's this specifically with like I was working with like the best stunt performers in the world. And to be in that room with those people that really are the best of the best, you sort of feel like I just want to try and keep up a little bit with them, you know? And if I feel like if I'm that at that level with the people in the room, I think I'm doing okay. Like I want to be in the room where like the people I'm looking up at them. That's the rooms I want to be in. Rather than if people are looking, I don't want to be that. I want to be the ones where I'm like, oh man, okay, great. Like, what can I learn today? You know?
Well, thank you so much for speaking to me. Excellent.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.